Star Anthony Michael Lobby, in any case, will made the scholars eliminate that scene. Not long after the film came out, Will conceded in a meeting with A that this was a juvenile continue on his part, and guaranteed he was terrified to kiss one more man on screen since he stressed what his loved ones will consider it. Nonetheless, bits of gossip before long began flowing that the genuine explanation Will won't film a gay kiss scene was on the grounds that he feared causing to notice his own sexuality. Likewise, in a 2020 meeting, Will went against his past cases about not being completely dedicated to the job and guaranteed he went full strategy for 6 levels of partition. So I did strategy following up on 6 levels of detachment. Also, basically technique acting is the point at which you lower yourself for expanded time frames, limiting yourself just to the considerations of the person. Right. So at a stretch when I was completing 6 levels of partition, I required 9 days without breaking character. Likewise intriguing that in practically no time before he began recording, 6 levels of partition will get hitched to his most memorable spouse, Cherie Zampino, and they separated under 3 years after the fact. What's more, in 2016, transsexual lobbyist and entertainer Alexis Arquette made a sensation guarantee that Cherie petitioned for legal separation after she found Will in bed with record chief Benny Medina. Alexis made these cases soon after Jetta and will declare they blacklist the Oscars over an absence of variety. They even attempted to mobilize other dark entertainers and entertainers to go along with them in their blacklist. So accordingly, Alexis took to Facebook and hammered them both for being scoundrels composing when Jada emerges as gay, and her facial hair spouse concedes his most memorable marriage finished when she strolled into him overhauling his friendly benefactor. Benny Medina, then I will pay attention to them. Alexis proceeded to portray how Will have a tantrum on the arrangement of 6 levels of detachment when he was expected by the scene to kiss Anthony Rapp, adding gays have foes they sneak in plated storage rooms outing is solid. Be that as it may, curiously, Jada, who was exceptionally candid about her Oscars blacklist, didn't let out the slightest peep about Alexis. His post will likewise remain quiet on the claims, and the main individual to stand up was Will's most memorable spouse, Cherry. Cherry brought that Alexis over her pernicious and crazy remarks, and she asserted that won't, isn't, and ever has been gay. Not just that I'm alive. It's in no way, shape, or form valid. Furthermore, I'm outraged and I'm harmed. That somebody would be so vindictive and simply foolish and damaging, and you a falsehood and a lie to make a statement. I don't have the foggiest idea what you were attempting to do and roll out. Anmo was fixed 2015-1992, and he's straight in 2016. Thus you know that only sort of is what it is. In any case, many fans felt Cherie was fighting a tad in excessive on the grounds that she couldn't simply get over this as a senseless gossip. Nonetheless, her solid answer made many individuals keep thinking about whether Alexis had hit a sore spot. In the meantime, bits of gossip about Will being gay proceed to mount, and in 2020 entertainer Tisha Campbell affirmed that Will had connected with her ex Dwayne Martin. Tisha posted a photograph on her Instagram with the message reality generally turns out eventually, regardless of how diligently anybody attempts to conceal it. And she composed it in the remarks, and you're correct. They will lie till the end. The genuine kicky as individuals will quit leaving them after fans saw Tisha promoted Will 2 times. They began estimating that she was suggesting the supposed undertaking among Will and Dwayne, who are dear companions. These bits of gossip were additionally filled when Star magazine distributed a report guaranteeing that Will went on the getaway alone with Dwayne, which chafed Jada. One insider let the power source know that Will invest fundamentally more energy with Dwayne than he does with Jada and the children, and asserted that Will and Dwayne went on an excursion in Trinidad together, and they most certainly looked extremely close. It was clear Will and Dwayne both showed up and left together. The insider said, adding the Jada feels like will displace his relationship with Dwayne right in front of her, bringing him on colorful excursions while she's sitting back home alone. And afterward, in September 2020, YouTuber Trisha Paytas posted a video on her channel guaranteeing that Will had constrained himself on one of her male artists. Could agonizing over your contending spouse? My male artists, you know, when we would have rather not discussed that. Presently, Trisha is exceptionally questionable, and many individuals thought she was simply mixing the pot. Trisha later conceded she didn't know whether the charges about Will were 100% valid. In any case, she likewise said she heard this from numerous artists later. That very year, jokester Bert Kreischer added more fuel to these reports when he showed up on Vlad television and depicted how he got a proposal to try out for Will's organization, which prompted an off-kilter meeting with Will. They sit 2 seats in a dance studio, confronting 2 lawn seats in a dance studio, confronting one another, and they're similar to will be in a moment. I sat with the seat with my back to the entryway and understand what entryway he's coming in. What's more, he strolled in behind me and I could feel his energy. Bert said Will welcomed him to go see a film, and his father cautioned him that Will likely have different plans. What's more, he preferred me. Like he was like, we should go see a film. That was like, all right, you all headed out to a film. I called my father and I was like, I got in the vehicle. My father had it go, I go look perfect. He was like, truly. I said, definitely, we will move. My father's like, what? Like, we're heading out to the motion pictures. He was like, need a date. Also, I was as, I don't have the foggiest idea. I was as, I don't have any idea. I truly didn't ask like I was simply required. Furthermore, he was like, your meaning could be a little more obvious. Like, what do you headed out to the motion pictures together? I was like, no doubt, I presume. What's more, I was like, it's a Planet Hollywood. He was like, they have a cinema there. I was as, I don't have any idea. Perhaps we'll go eat and supper with them. We'll head out to the films. Also, he's like, gracious, mate. Attempt to. Consume likewise proceeded to discuss how a great deal of A-list men in Hollywood have this dream of turning little fellows. Also, this carries us to Will's asserted sidekick. Diddy. Very much like Will did. He has been the subject of gay tales for a really long time. Be that as it may, the truly upsetting aspect is the tale about Little Dog Flavor Camp, where Diddy would supposedly bring his young music prodigy. It's one of these young fellows is Usher, who was only 14 years of age when the L.A. Reid sent him to inhabit Daddy's home. Also, I lived with Scene Puffy searches for you. That is the insane thing that was just understands thought, correct? We're sending you the entire Puffy flavor mission to learn. Better believe it, that is the very thing it was called. It was wild, so no one attempted to, some lady didn't wake up. All right, what I said is that they were extremely inquisitive things occurring. Also, I didn't be guaranteed to have any idea. I ought to uncover that he was paid consistently to